Hello friends, welcome to a new video of I Square. We were discussing with the chapter sets, and in the previous class we have learned what is a subset and what is a power set, what are the subsets of real numbers and so on. And in today's class we are going to discuss exercise 1.3, and this section includes the concepts that we have discussed in the previous classes. So let's do exercise 1.3 and the first question from exercise 1.3 is make correct statements by filling the symbols subset or not subset. Use these two symbols, that is subset and not subset, to make correct statements. And the first statement given is we have set 2, 3, 4 and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the sets given and we have to fill this place either using this symbol or using this symbol. Now if I have to put this symbol, this set should be the subset of this set, and to put this symbol, this subset should not be the subset of this set. And we know that to say this set to be the subset of this set, I have to verify that every element of this particular set should be present in this set. So we have to check whether 2, 3 and 4 are present in this set. Here we have 2, 3 and 4. So it is clear that every element of this particular set is present here. So we can use subset symbol, that is this set is a subset of this one. Now next subpart is set of all x such that x is a student of class 11 of your school. Set of all x such that x is a student of class 11 of your school. And which is the set here? Here we have set of all x such that x is a student of your school. X is a student, any student of your school. Now we have to put either this or this symbol here. Here in this set we have the set of all students of class 11 of your school. That is only the 11th standard students are present in this set. But in this particular set we have all the students, that is the students from all classes are present in this set. So of course all the students of 11th standard will be present in this set because this set contains all the students of the school. So we can say that every element of this particular set, which is the 11th standard students, is always present in this set, that is the all students of the school. So we can say that this set is a subset of this set. Moving on to the next question, we have set of all x such that x is a circle in the plane. X is a circle in the plane. We have the set of circles here in a plane. Now here we have the set of all x such that x is a circle in the same plane with a radius 1 unit. That is the same set of circles in the same plane. Circles in the same plane, but have one more condition, with the radius 1 unit. Here we have circles in the same plane, but only the circles with the radius 1 unit. That is radius 1 unit. Because here we have only circles with the radius 1 unit, but here we have circles with the radius 1 unit, 2 units, 4 units, 2.5 units. So we have different circles. Here we have all the circles in the plane, and here we have only circles with the radius 1 unit. So is this set a subset of that set? Here we have a circle with the radius 4 unit, but here we do not have a circle with the radius 4 units, which means every element of this particular set does not belongs to that set. So we can say that this particular set is not a subset of that set. So It is clear, I think. Now moving on to the next question. We have set of all x such that x is a triangle in the plane. X is a triangle. So we have the set of triangles here which include all the triangles, scalene triangle, equilateral triangle, circle with the different sides, and we have all triangles here. And here we have x is a rectangle in the plane, and here we have rectangles with the different dimensions, with the different lengths and breadths, and here we have different triangles. So we can clearly say that no element of this set is present in this set, because here we have triangles and here we have rectangles. So it is clear that this particular set is not a subset of set of rectangles. Now moving on to the next question. We have set of equilateral triangles in a plane. In the next question, this side we have set of equilateral triangles, which means all the three sides are equal. What is an equilateral triangle? An equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the three sides are equal. Such triangles that are only equilateral triangles are present in this set, and in the other set we have set of all triangles in the same plane. Here we have all triangles, that is equilateral triangle, we have isosceles triangle, we have right angled triangle, we have, so we have scalene triangle, we have scalene triangle. So in this side we only have equilateral triangle, but in this side we have all the triangles in the plane, that is it includes scalene triangles, isosceles triangles, equilateral triangles, and all triangles like that. So is this set a subset of that set? Here we have equilateral triangles only, and here we have all triangles including equilateral triangles. So every equilateral triangle is present in this set also. So we can say that this set of equilateral triangles is a subset of set of all triangles. Moving on to the next question. The set of all x such that x is an even natural number. What are even natural numbers? We know that they are 2, 4, 6, 8, so on. These are the set of even natural numbers. And on the other side we have x is an integer, and we know which are the integers: 0, 1, 2, and it goes like that. In this side we have -1, -2, and it will go like this. Now is this set a subset of that set? Here we have all even natural numbers, and here also we have all the even natural numbers present here, because here we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, which means all the even natural numbers are present there in also. So we can say that every element of this set is present here. So we can say this set is a subset of the other set. Now that is the end of question number 1. So we have discussed several questions, several sets, and checked whether we have to put this symbol or that symbol, that is a subset of or a not a subset of symbol in the following question, in the given questions in the first question. So we shall move to the second question of exercise 1.3. The second question of exercise 1.3 is to make a true or false statements for the following questions. So here it is given that the first question is set AB is not a subset of set BCA. So we have to check whether this is true or false. It is given that this particular set is not a subset of this one. We have to check whether this is a subset or not. For this to be a subset of this set, I have to check that whether AB belongs to this particular set. Here we can find A and here we can find B also. So we can say that this set is a subset of this set. So we can say that this statement is false. Why we can say this is false? Because it is given that this set is not a subset of this set. But it is clear to us that this particular set is a subset of this set, therefore this particular statement is false. Now next question, set AE is a subset of all X sets that X is a vowel in English alphabet. So which is this particular set? This particular set is set of vowels in English alphabets, and the vowels are A, E, I, O and U. So let's check this set is a subset of this set. We have A and E here. If A and E are present here, we can say that this is a subset, and hence the statement will be true. So here we have A and E, so we can say that this is a subset of this set. So the statement is true here. Moving on to the next question. Here we have set 1, 2, 3, and here we have set 1, 3, 5. Here we have 2, but here we do not have 2. That is, 1 belongs to this particular set. Let this be A and let this be B. 1 belongs to A, but 1 does not belongs to B. So every element of A is not present in B. So we can say that this particular set is not a subset of this set, and it is given that it is a subset of this set, which means our statement is false. Now next question is, set A is a subset of set A, B, C. Now A is an element of this set, and we have to check whether A is here or not. Here also we have A. So we can say that this particular set is a subset of this set. That is, this statement is true. Now the last question from second question. Set A belongs to set A, B, C. What is this difference between this subset and belongs to? We read this as subset and this as belongs to. We have learned these two concepts in the previous classes. So if you have any doubt, go through the previous classes and come back to this class. So we know that a set A is said to be a subset of B if every element of A is present in B. Hence we will say that A is a subset of B. Now how will we say that an element belongs to a set? We will say that if that particular element or a set is belonging to other set, then we say that that particular element belongs to that set. Now here we are, the statement given is set A. This is set A, and this set belongs to set ABC. It is given like that. Can you find the set A inside this ABC? We can of course find the element A in set ABC, but we are asked to check whether this set A belongs to ABC. It is clear that set A does not belongs to ABC, but A belongs to ABC. So this statement is false. Then how can we make this statement correct? We can use like this: set A belongs to set A, B, C. If this was the statement, that is set A belongs to set of all elements such that this particular set contains set A, B and C. So we can say that set A is an element of this particular set. That is, set A belongs to this particular set. In this case, set A is not present in this particular set. We have only the element A here. So this particular statement is false, but this particular statement is true. I hope it is clear to you. Or another way we can say that set A is a subset of set ABC. Because this is a set and this is another set, and we can say that this is a subset of this set because every element of this set is present here. This set contains only one element, that is A, and this set contains three elements, that is A, B, C. So every element of this particular set, that is A, is present in this set also. Therefore we can say that set A is a subset of set ABC, but we cannot say that set A belongs to set ABC because it is only correct only if set A belongs to set of all elements such that it contains the elements set A, B and C. Only then we can say that set A belongs to set AB, set A, B and C. So I hope the concept is clear to you. If you have any doubt, comment in the comment section. We will explain and make it clear once more. Now we shall move to the next question, that is third question of exercise 1.3. Now question number 3 is this. We have given with the set A and the elements of set A are 1, 2, set 3, 4 and 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 elements in this particular set. This question is very important to realize the difference between the concept of subset and element of a set. Now we have given with the set A, and remember that this particular set have only 4 elements, and the 4 elements are 1, 2, set 3, 4 and 5. Now which of the following are correct? Keeping in mind that the 4 elements of this particular set A are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, we can solve this particular question very easily. Now we have to check whether which of the following statements are correct and which are incorrect. Now we have set 3, 4 subset of A. We have to check whether this particular set is subset of A or not. By looking into our set A, we can find that this particular set, that is set 3, 4, is an element of set A. Because we can find set 3, 4 here as an element of A. An element becomes a subset only if it has a set bracket outside it. Since set 3, 4 is an element of our set A, to make this element into a subset, we have to put a set brackets outside that. So this 3, 4, set 3, 4 is not a subset of A, it is an element of A, but the set containing set 3, 4 is a subset of A because set 3, 4 is a element of A. So this is a subset of A, but this thing, that is set 3, 4 is an element of A. That is the basic difference between subset and element of a set. So in this question, set 3, 4 is a subset of A. That particular statement is incorrect, and set 3, 4 belongs to A, which means set 3, 4 is an element of A, is a correct statement. Moving on to the next question. Here we have the set containing the element set 3, 4, and that particular set is a subset of A because the element set 3, 4 is present in A. Therefore this is a correct statement. Now 1 belongs to A. We have to check whether 1 is an element of the set A or not. Looking into set A, we have 1 as an element of this set A. So we can say that this particular statement is correct. Now is 1 a subset of A? It is clear to us that 1 is an element of A, but 1 subset of A. How will we make this statement correct? 1 is a subset of A. That is not a correct statement. We can say that set 1, always a set is becoming a subset of another set, not an element. So set 1 is a subset of A, but this 1 is an element of A, but 1 is not a subset of A. This statement, we cannot write that 1 is a subset of A. We can only write set 1 is a subset of A, because only sets can become subsets of other sets, not element. No element can become a subset of other set. So this is the correct statement. Set 1 is a subset of A, but this is not a correct statement. Also 1 belongs to A is also a correct statement. So 1 is a subset of A is an incorrect statement. Moving on to the next one, that is set containing 1, 2 and 5 is a subset of A. To check whether this particular set is a subset of A, we have to check that 1, 2 and 5 are present in the set A or not. Let's check. Here we have 1, here we have 2 and here we have 5. All the 3 elements, that is 1, 2 and 5 are present in set A. So this particular set is a subset of A. So this is a correct statement. Moving on to the 7th subpart, we have set 1, 2, 5 belongs to A, which means this particular set is an element of A. That is given in this question. For this particular element belongs to A statement to be true, I have an A which contains, I should have an A which contains this set as an element. And look into our set A. Does this set possess an element set 1 to 5? No. The only 4 elements of the set A are 1, 2, set 3, 4 and 5, and this particular element, that is set 1 to 5, is not present in A, which means this particular statement is incorrect or false. Moving on, we have set 1, 2, 3 subset of A. So here a set is given and we have to check whether it is a subset of A or not. For this set to be subset of this set, I have to check whether these elements 1, 2 and 3 are present in A or not. Let's check. Here we have 1, here we have 2, but we do not have an element 3 in this set, because here we have only 4 elements, that is 1, 2, set 3, 4 and 5. These are the 4 elements of set A, but here we have 3, but in set A we do not have an element called 3. So this particular statement is also false, because 3 belongs to this particular set, but 3 does not belongs to our set A. So this particular statement is false. Now 5 belongs to set A. 5 means, we already learned in the previous class that 5 is a symbol which we use to denote empty sets. That is, an empty set is a set which contains no element, that is, it is an empty set, and we usually use this symbol 5 to denote empty set. So we are given that the symbol 5 belongs to set A. Does this symbol belongs to our set A? 5 is a symbol and we cannot see the symbol 5 in our set. Our set contains only 4 elements. I repeatedly say that they are 1, 2, set 3, 4 and 5. So 5 is not present in this particular set. That is, the symbol 5 is not present in this particular set. So we can say that this particular statement is false. Now we have to check the next statement, that is 5 is a subset of A. And we know that 5 is a set. What set? It is the empty set. So 5 is the empty set, and we have learned in the previous class that empty sets are always subsets of every set. So 5 is a subset of every set, and we can say that 5 is a subset of our set A also. So this statement is correct. See the difference? Here 5 acts as the symbol, and that particular symbol does not belong to our set A. But here we consider 5 as a set, that is the empty set. So 5 is a subset of A, which means empty set is a subset of A is a true statement. So this statement is correct. Now set 5 which means a set which contains the element 5 is a subset of A. Check whether a set with an element 5 is present in A or not. Here we do not have such an element, that is set 5. Here we have only 4 elements, 1, 2, set 3, 4 and 5, which means there is no element like this present in A, which means that this particular set is not a subset of A. Make sure that set 5 means, set 5 subset of A means we have to find an element 5 in A. We have no element like that, like 5 in A, so we cannot say that set 5 is a subset of A. So this statement is also false. This is true because 5 means empty set, and empty set is always a subset of A. What is the difference between these two things? Here we have empty set subset of A, and here we have this particular set as a set which contains the symbol 5, and that set, that is that element, that is this 5 element is not present in A. So this is a false statement. So this particular question is very important according to the viewpoint of the exams, and this, if you can solve or understand this question very well, I can understand that the concept of subset and element is very clear to you. And now we shall move to the fourth question of this exercise. Now the fourth question is, write down all the subsets of these sets. We are given with 4 sets, and we are asked to write all the subsets of all the 4 sets. And we have learned that the concept of power set. What is power set? Power set is the set of all subsets of a set. So actually we are asked to write the power set of a set, that is all the subsets of a set. First we can list out all the subsets of all the following sets. Now the first question here is set A. We have to write all the subsets of set A. Always remember that empty set, which is denoted using the symbol 5, is a subset of every set. So 5 is a subset of this set also. Now the set itself is a subset of every set, which means the set itself means set A is also a subset of this particular set. Now we cannot find any other set which is a subset of this set, because we have already written the set which contains the element A, that is the set A itself. So the only 2 subsets of this particular set are 5 and A. Then how will we write the power set of this particular set? That is an additional information I am giving. We can write the power set of this set, that is, now we can call this set as A. That is, power set of A is the set of all subsets of A, that is the set of all subsets of A, it is this particular set. So that's it. Now we can move to the question number 2. Here we have set AB, that is the set which contains 2 elements A and B. Which all are the subsets of this particular set? Always remember that empty set and the set itself is the subset of every set. Now which are the singleton sets? That are the set which contains only 1 element, which are the singleton subsets of this set. That is, set A is a subset of this set because A is here, A is also here. Now set B is also a subset of this set because B is found here, B is also present here. Now the remaining set is the set itself. So these 4 sets are the subset of these sets, this set. So let us call this set as C. So if we are asked to write the subsets of this set, we can write like this. And if we are asked to write the power set of B, then we have to put a set bracket here. So this is the set of all subsets of B, that is power set of B. Moving on, third question contains 3 elements, that is 1, 2 and 3. Always remember that phi is a subset, set 1, 2, 3, that is the set itself is a subset. Now we have singleton subsets, that is 1, 2, 3. Now we have subsets with the 2 elements, that is they are 1, 2, 2, 3 and 1, 3. Now the remaining one is the subset containing 3 elements that we have already written. So these are the subsets of this particular set, say C. Now the power set of C is the set of subsets of this set, that is this written like this. Moving on to the fourth question. This is the empty set. Phi is an empty set, and we know that empty set is always a subset of any set, and the set itself is also a subset of any set. Here the set itself is again empty set, so the only subset of this set is this, and if we call this as D, then power set of phi, that is power set of D is the set containing only one subset, that is phi. So this is the power set of D. The only subset of this set is phi, and the power set of D is the set of all subsets of phi, that is set phi. So that's question number 4. Question number 4 is also important to the point of view of exam. Now we will move to the question number 5 of exercise 1.3. Now the fifth question is, how many elements P of A have, that is power set of A have, if A is equal to 5, given that the set A is empty set, that is a set which contains no elements. Now how many elements does power set of A has, that is the set of all subsets of A have, how many elements? That is our question. Since A is equal to 5, we know that every set has 2 subsets always, that is the empty set and the set itself. Here the set itself is A itself, that is again phi. So the only subset, since phi is an empty set and phi is always a subset of every set, the empty set has always only one subset, that is the set itself, and power set of A can be written like this: the set of all subsets of A, that is phi is the only subset, so the set containing phi is the power set of A. So now check how many elements are there in power set of A. Only one element, that is phi. So power set of A contains only one element. Be careful while dealing with empty sets. It is quite important to study the properties of empty sets clearly, so that you can solve any question which is given in the question paper. Now we shall move to the sixth question of exercise 1.3. The sixth question is this: write the following as intervals. We have learned that intervals, both open intervals, closed intervals, and again we have half open and half closed intervals. All these intervals are subsets of R. What is R? R is the set of real numbers. So we have learned what are the subsets of R in the previous class. If you have any doubt, go through the class and come back to solve this particular question. So these sets are given in set builder form, and we have to put these intervals as, these questions as intervals. Now in the first question we have set of all x such that x belongs to R, that is x is a real number, and -4 less than x less than or equal to 6, that is -4 is not included, so we will put open interval. in the place of -4, and 6 is included, and all the real numbers between -4 and 6 is also included. So we will put all the real numbers between -4 and 6. Again 6 is also included, so we will close the bracket using square brackets, that is closed interval 6. So open -4, closed 6 is the interval corresponding to this particular set. Moving on to the next question, set of all x such that x belongs to R, that is the set x is a real number, and -12 less than x less than -10, which means it contains all the real numbers between -12 and -10, but it does not contain -12 and -10. So all the intervals between -12 and -10 but does not contain -12 and -10, which means open interval -12 -10 is the answer. Next question, set of all x such that x belongs to R. X is a real number, and all the real numbers between 0 and 7, but 7 is not included, but 0 is included. All the real numbers between 0 and 7 are there. 0 is included, but 7 is excluded, that is 7 is not included, which means it is closed 0, open 7, which contains 0, all the real numbers between 0 and 7, but 7 is not included. Next question is, set of all x such that x belongs to R. X is a real number where 3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 4, which means it contains all the real numbers between 3 and 4. It contains 3 and 4 also, which means the answer is closed interval 3, 4. If you have any doubt while solving this particular question, go through the previous video. In the previous video, we have discussed in detail what are open intervals, closed intervals, and both half open and half closed intervals. Go through that video, come back to this video and solve these questions. These questions are quite simple for your exams. Now we will move to the next question, that is question number 7 of exercise 1.3. Now the 7th question is to write the following intervals in set builder form. We are given with 4 intervals and we have to write it in set builder form. We have first question as open interval -3, 0, and we know that open interval -3, 0 contains all the real numbers between -3 and 0. So in set builder form, this particular set can be represented as set of all x such that we have all x in this set such that x is a real number, that is x belongs to R. R is used to denote real numbers. Now which all real numbers are we needed with? We need all the real numbers between -3 and 0, that is -3 less than x less than 0, that is -3 less than x less than 0 means it contains all the real numbers between -3 and 0, which means x greater than -3, which means all the numbers greater than -3 but x less than 0. It should be less than 0 also, which means all the real numbers between -3 and 0. Also -3 and 0 is not included. So this is the set builder form. Now 612, closed interval 612, which means it contains all the real numbers between 6 and 12. Also 6 and 12 is included in the set, which means it is the set of all x such that x belongs to R. And be careful, 6 is included and all the real numbers between 6 and 12 is included. Also 12 is included, so less than or equal to 12. This is the set closed interval 612. Now open 6, closed 12. We have all the x such that x belongs to R. We need all the real numbers between 6 and 12, and also we need 12 in this set, but we don't need 6 here. So 6 less than x less than or equal to 12. So in this particular set we have all the real numbers between 6 and 12, and 12 is also present, but 6 is not present in this set. Now closed -3, open 5, which means we have or we need all the real numbers between -23 and 5, but we need 23 -23, but we do not need 5. So it contains all the x such that x is a real number, and we need all the real numbers between -23 and 5. We also need -23, so -23 less than or equal to x less than 5. This is the set builder form of this particular interval. Now we shall move to the next question, that is question number 8 of exercise 1.3. Now the 8th question is, what universal set would you propose for each of the following sets? Here we have the set of right triangles and the set of isosceles triangle, and in the previous class we have learned that a universal set is a set which contains all the sets which are in the particular scenario. So the set of right triangles, what will be the universal set for the set of right triangles? Of course it should be a set which contains the set of all right triangles, and we can easily find such a set. It is the set of triangles, the set of all triangles. The set of all triangles contain all the different types of triangles, so of course it will contain the set of right triangles also. So the universal set for the set of right triangles is set of all triangles. Now the set of all isosceles triangles, what will act as a universal set for the set of all isosceles triangle? Of course the set of all triangles will act as the universal set for set of isosceles triangles, because the set of all triangles contains isosceles triangles, equilateral triangles, scalene triangles, and all the triangles in a plane. So the set of isosceles triangles are also there in the set of all triangles. So the set of all triangles will act as the universal set for the set of isosceles triangles also. Moving on to the 9th question. 9th question is, given A, B, C, 3 sets are given. Which of the following is the universal set for A, B and C? Which of the following is? We have 4 options, and among them which is the universal set which can act as the universal set for A, B and C? Which means the particular universal set that we select should contain all the elements of A, B and C. So it should contain 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8. All these elements should be there in the universal set. So identify, in this set we cannot find 8. In this set is an empty set, and in this set we cannot find, yes, we can find 0 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are sufficient numbers than we expected. So this set can act as a universal set for A, B and C. Now check whether this set can act as a universal set for our A, B and C. This set cannot act as a universal set because we have 0 in our set C, but in particular set we do not have 0. So D also cannot, that is this set also cannot act as a universal set. So this is the set which acts as universal set for A, B and C. So that is the end of exercise 1.3, and we have solved all the questions from exercise 1.3. If you have any doubt, comment in the comment section. We will rectify that, and in the next class we will deal with the next section from your textbook. Till then, wait for the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.